Fans have been waiting impatiently for the return of Grey's Anatomy, the medical series. The last 18 seasons have been an absolute rollercoaster of a ride, and the teaser trailer for season 19 proves we're in for another round. What we're especially excited over, though, is that time jump. Let's talk more about what we saw in the very first trailer for season 19. Firstly, is Grey's Anatomy really jumping ahead in time in their next season, and why? The trailer for season 19 is full of mysteries. What we do know, however, is that the upcoming season is set in a 6-month time jump from the previous season. The show will progress from there, indicating that something important could have happened in the 6 months between those two seasons. In many ways, this time jump could mean that they're trying to revamp the show, giving it a fresh new look. It's hard to do with this show that is continuous progression, but a break in the middle will be able to justify any change in energy that we witness in the upcoming season. In an interview with the cast of Grey's Anatomy, we learned that a new season would not just be an additional season, but they will be trying to mix up the energy so that it stands out. This approach is spectacular because it's awfully hard to keep the fans' attention for 18 seasons. At some point, people are bound to get bored and switched off to another show that they can watch while spending less energy trying to remember everything that has happened. In a way, the creators of the show are trying to create something more engaging with the moment while being less reliant on stuff they have already established in the previous seasons. Moving on, what else does the trailer tell us about the next season? The upcoming season is set to be released in October. During this time, we've been trying our best to figure out as much as we can with the minute-long teaser. What we have figured out, quite apparently, is the new addition of new characters to the show. The Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital will be welcoming a fresh group of interns. Dr. Meredith Grey is shown in the trailer addressing everyone while telling them that they have been hired for their fight instead of their grades. The scene where she says this to the intern cuts right off. A huge number of injured patients are brought in need of their help. The actors playing these new interns have excited us even more for the next season. Alexis Floyd, Harry Shump Jr., Adelaide Kane, Midori Francis, and Nico Terho will be playing 5 of the new interns who will eventually become part of the Grey's Anatomy family by the end of the season. Pompeo, who plays Dr. Meredith, will probably take a side and move out of the spotlight this season. This is because of the several other commitments she has ongoing alongside her production work. Next up, we have a few questions. Dr. Meredith and Dr. Nick Marsh, our new favorite couple, are probably the greatest in the show, with almost the entire fandom rooting for them to end up together. We're wondering if their ship will finally sail this season after all the difficulties they had to go through in season 18. In a snippet, Meredith is told that the man she loves is here. Additionally, a sneak peek of a scene where Meredith tells Nick how difficult the past 6 months have been. That's enough evidence to suspect that something could be brewing and that they might end up together, free of all their problems from the previous season. Scott Speedman, who plays Nick, has even stated that he believes that both of them are destined to end up together by the end of the show. Since we already know this season is taking a few new directions, we want to feed on every last bit of hope that we can get through the trailer while we sit and wait for the season to come out. After all, season 19 might be the final season of Grey's Anatomy. Everyone knew this day had to come. We had to be prepared for this fantastic show to end. Despite our attachments to the characters and their relationships with each other, we might have to seriously consider the possibility that there will be no more Grey's Anatomy after season 19 wraps up. If we look back in time and recall episode 16 from season 18, we can see that Meredith is thinking about leaving Grey Sloan Memorial. The show can't go on without Meredith's primary presence. The way season 19 has been planned seems to show that they are trying to create a progression in the next season that finally brings the show to full circle end. Meredith's training the next batch of Merediths to pick up things where she left off. Though all of this is speculation, Pompeo herself has stated that she feels the show should finally end. With many primary characters leaving the show in the past few seasons, it might be inevitable for the show to end soon. Regardless, we cannot wait to see what the cast and creators have in store for us in the upcoming season, even if it ends up being the show's last season. The least we can expect is some closure alongside a good end of the show where Meredith and Nick end up together after they've solved all of their troubles with the Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital. Moving on to other related news. First of all, Kate Walsh will be returning for season 19 in a reoccurring role. It is confirmed that Kate Walsh will be appearing in the next season of Grey's Anatomy as Dr. Addison Montgomery. She's been playing this character in the show since the final episode of season 1, way back in 2005. Not just that, but she has been the central character on the show Private Practice, which is a Grey's Anatomy spinoff. Walsh had a guest appearance on Grey's last season in a multi-episode storyline where Addison went back to Grey Sloan Memorial to operate on a patient who had a miscarriage later. Addison lamented the loss of her ex-husband Derek, his sister Amelia, and his wife Meredith throughout her season 18 appearances. Walsh has stated that she is very excited to return to the show after such a long time, hinting that something's definitely about to go down after her return. She's opened the room for all sorts of possibilities in our mind. It's okay though, we love ourselves some suspense. Coming up, Sarah Drew thinks that Pompeo's decision to reduce her appearance in the upcoming season, quote, makes sense. Drew, who's played Dr. Kepner in the show, talked to US Weekly about Pompeo's reduced role in the upcoming season. She stated that she entirely understood why Pompeo would go for this decision. Talking in detail, she shared that Pompeo's been playing Meredith for so long, working very hard to execute it as best as she could. Indeed, the role has now become something that only Pompeo can do well, but Drew states that this has simply been too long. Pompeo now wants to explore other opportunities and take a breather so she can still be available for other projects in the future. Indeed, Pompeo's already gotten quite busy with producing and acting for separate projects, which is why she's cutting down on the time she will be playing Meredith. It is said that she will only be appearing in the next season in 8 episodes. According to Sarah, this decision is, quote, great for Ellen as she wishes her the best for her future career. Finally, the new residents appearing in season 19 of Grey's Anatomy are talking about their new characters. The door's been left wide open for the surge of new first-year surgical residents to appear in the show after everything has gone down during the last season. These new roles are being played by spectacular people who have opened up about the feeling they are trying to evoke within the audience in the upcoming season. Francis, one of these new actors, talked about how many of the new seasons will be taking us back to scenes from the episodes in season 1. Since a new batch of interns hasn't been brought into the show ever since season 1, we will inevitably feel the nostalgia. The actors have assured viewers that the show's core values will be upheld despite their inexperience. Through their characters, they are trying their best to preserve everything that the fans love about Grey's Anatomy. And that's a wrap, folks. What do you think about the 6-month time jump in the upcoming season? Tell us in the comments below, and as always, make sure to click that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on more updates about upcoming shows. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.